All right, welcome back. We got another episode of Yes Way Jose, and of course, when we do these episodes, I want to make sure to give you a weather update. It's still freaking cold.
Yeah.
It is still cold. Can we? Is there any way we could just change the weather? You got any connections?
You're the one who says you
order it.
You order it.
I did. This my wife did this.
Oh, well,
Remember?
then
Okay.
you still have the connection.
Order some new ones.
So order some new ones. But I could get in real trouble with that. She's really a nice lady.
Yeah, she's just terrible at ordering weather, apparently.
Yeah,
Not her gift.
Honey,
Not her
when
gift,
When you
yeah.
hear this episode, it's those two guys. It wasn't
Too
me.
much rain.
Cornhole is her gift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went through that in one of the episodes. I lost to my wife in cornhole. Don't ask.
And me. I was on her team.
Whatever. Yeah, he was on the team too. But anyway, they were just like on fire.
Was Lynn carrying you?
Yes.
She was doing really good.
Well, she did.
The
And she doesn't play cornhole, and she just was on fire. It was a Halloween party last year.
The next game, we got like 21-0 or something. But it was like
But they killed. They beat the reigning champions.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Shepherdsville's the reigning champion right now.
Yeah.
So much rain.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, so good morning. Another episode of Yes Way Jose. We've got Burton Brothers here and Jose. All right, well, anyway, again, it is cold. And as we do these episodes, we're just, as these come out, we're hoping it's all kinds of sunshine.
Yeah.
And beer. I mean, I gotta keep throwing beer in there and the aquatic center.
People are really going to start thinking you're an alcoholic.
Yeah,
it's like every episode he's like, beer.
Well, he is.
I just
You know what I mean?
beer.
He's over here shaking.
Yeah. I gotta have a beer. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. You gotta have a beer. All right. Well, first of all, I got a great guest for you because it's one of my favorite things to do is play baseball. And so we're going to talk to Tommy here in a minute and give an introduction with the whole program we got and what we want to do for the future of Shepherdsville. So, but with that said, we always get a laundry list, and we didn't do this last episode, so you both will get written up. What is the email address?
It's yeswayjosemail@gmail.com.
And that was really good, but you still get written up.
I noticed we didn't do it. But
Yeah, I noticed we didn't do it either. I was like, is he going to say it at the end? He didn't.
No. Oh, it's supposed to wait for me. What are you people doing?
We were over time. It was like a 33-minute episode. So
Well, it doesn't. We had one giving a lot of good information.
no, it was good. It was a good episode.
But
I just,
you still could have put up there, hey, Jose, do you think we should talk about the email address?
we'll put it in the show notes.
I feel like you should be written up, not us.
yeah, you're the one who
Yeah,
says
you're-
what's the
yeah.
email address.
Whose name is on the podcast?
You.
Yours.
Okay, so who's in charge?
You.
Okay.
So that's what we're saying.
I'm not writing myself up. All right, we're having this is probably the most intense first intro we've had since we
He's
started
about to
this.
walk out.
We're going to have to figure out how to interview.
Strike after this one here. No, it's all good. I wouldn't pass this up for nothing. These are fun episodes. But anyway, so good morning. Obviously, a lot of things going on in Shepherdsville. We're joking about it, but obviously very excited. We got the first wall of the Aquatic Center up.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I haven't been over there.
You got to get over there and see it. It's got that going on. We actually had, they're working to start putting the stormwater line in because once they get that stormwater line put in on the Frankie Simon side, that side of the park is going to be closed for about 6 months. So as they get that done, they're going to put the playground in place, and that'll be a fun part. And then they got the filtration building with the restrooms in it, and then the amphitheater, the dog park, and then you turn the corner. But if you look to the right, there are baseball fields.
Oh, yeah?
And that's going to be our conversation today. But anyway, we have that. We have the town square working. Restrooms on that side. If you come on the Plum side, there's a building that was there before. We bought the property. It was Mulvaney property. It's next to Turner. If you come in on that side of the park, you'll know it. That, where we demolished that area, is going to be where the new restrooms are going to be. So we have restrooms there. We'll have restrooms at the playground. And then we're going to put some restrooms at by the ball fields.
When is the town square supposed to be? When's that supposed to be done?
So the biggest piece on the town square is the utilities, because they're going to, from the Joe B. Hall to the river, we're going to move the utility lines. It'll be clean down through there. You'll see. You won't see the congestion of lines on top.
Yeah.
It's going to have those big black arms like you see at Walmart with the lights, signal lights.
Yeah.
So you'll see that put out there. But because you're doing that, you're doing it on a state road, and it's called utilities. It's probably going to take time. If we're lucky, we'll have it all done by the end of 2026, if not before that.
That's not too bad.
But it's not too bad, but it's about the utilities on that side. Now, we're working already. You saw that we've cleaned up around the town square.
Yeah.
We busted up all the concrete. So that's where the archway is going to go in. You walk in, and you'll see panels of Shepherdsville and the history of us. But there's some areas to sit and gather, different type of ceremonies. And then you have the bank building there that we're going to actually do. We're actually going to have the it's like a visitor center.
Okay.
Things you can learn about what's going on in Shepherdsville. It's got pictures of the bank, 100 years old.
And then there's like a veterans memorial or something.
That's
too.
the green space that you see from First Street to that bank. You'll see you'll see that area there. great memorial for all of our armed services. It's more of what I call a peace and quiet area, a place to pay respects.
Yeah.
But it's a place you can sit and just read a book. It's going to be landscaped a lot through that area.
And of course, the buffalo.
And the buffalo.
And the buffalo.
The bison.
Bison?
It's
We're doing
actually a
bison?
bison.
You faker.
It's a bison if you really want to get technical.
If you want to get if you want to get technical,
West.
if you want to get technical, we can call it like the Latin name if you want to. Like
You got a Latin name for this?
No, but I'm saying like every animal has like a Latin
Well,
name.
yeah, stop that right now. We've had some intense parts in this first few minutes on this thing. This is becoming one of the roughest podcasts we've ever had.
I'm just saying, I've read books about bison and buffalo,
I
and it's
would like-
contentious on which one you want to
I
call
would
it.
like to have in our next podcast that you bring back the Latin name for the bison.
I'll bring it.
Okay.
I'll find it.
No.
If I wasn't filming with my phone right now, I'd look it up now.
All right. Well, listen, great day again, another episode. But listen, so we want to talk about baseball. And we've got Tommy Parker here, and his sidekick Ken is not here today with us. But first of all, good morning, Tommy.
Good morning, sir.
Glad to have you with us on the program. Sorry we had such an intense part of the
He's
first
over
5
here like
minutes.
It's like
what did I get
T-ball
myself into?
parents, you know.
It is. Yes, he's got a great analogy here. So
That wasn't
and-
a foul.
So, all right, so we're gonna start with that. But first of all, good morning, and I want to make sure everybody knows that Tommy and Ken, when we discussed before we even get elected, I was really wanting to make sure we had our T-ball, baseball, and softball programs back here. It just seemed to me sacrilegious that you have a small town, that you have 15,000 people, and you didn't have those programs here in the community. So when we got to talking about it, they love baseball, I love baseball, and we felt like it was a great fit. So I want to thank Tommy and Ken, first of all, for bringing these programs back into our community. And it's been great to have them. They've had 2 wonderful years, getting ready to start the 3rd year. We're excited about that. So good morning, Tommy. Glad to have you here.
Good morning.
But listen, so just tell people a little bit about your background with the coaching, where it started, how you brought it here to Shepherdsville. Just give us a little about Tommy Parker.
Oh, well, of course, when I was younger, I got to play Little League baseball, and you get older, you play high school and played a little beyond that, and have kids.
Yep.
And
That's what happens when you have families.
That's right.
Kid parties for
Then
family.
you stop playing baseball.
I
Yeah.
yeah. Eli, remember that part about kids. Just be careful. That's a family thing. Happens like that.
we get the little one signed up to play T-ball, and back in that time, everything was volunteer. Of course, on our park it still is, but so they're
There's no
always
big bucks. They
asking.
get paid the same thing you
No.
guys get paid.
That's
Right.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. So they're always asking for help, and it seemed a logical fit. The guy that was running the park, Chalice Ford, was a coach of mine when I was a teenager. Super nice guy. We had a great relationship. He asked me to help. I jumped in. Been doing it ever since.
Well, and so he brought up one point that we want to bring up. We're not only going to help kids, and so first of all, they are actually having a clinic. This is the last one. By the time this episode gets here, it's going to be way past that. But January and February, we actually had a free a baseball clinic and softball for the kids to come out and learn about fundamentals, learn how to throw a baseball, how to stand at the plate when you're swinging a bat.
Like outside?
No, in the gym.
Okay, I was gonna say it's cold.
So that was a no for Eli to be involved in your baseball coach. Right. He was outside. I think Johnny's frozen. So actually we use the gym and we put on clinics, and they wanted to do it this year, and I want to do it every year because I think what it does, 2 things. It allows kids to do something on Saturdays in those 2 months when it's really cold outside.
Right.
But it also is more about just teaching some fundamentals. These kids get a few little extra lessons, and it helps them. They get to see some of these kids, and they can see kind of where they're at. And then when they have the tryouts, the kids have more confidence. But it gives the coaches to kind of get a better idea where that kid is and what they want to do to get him to be a better ball player.
What's the ages for the clinics?
7, 12?
No, we've had 3-year-olds.
Really?
It's been mostly 4, 5, 6.
They have 64-year-olds out there.
Yeah.
That's right.
I did pretty well. I was feeling
Got to
pretty
teach them
good.
the fundamentals.
I was
Yeah.
going to sign you up.
Yeah, I can play on the T-ball team. Do you ever see that thing about one of the Major League Baseball players? He's playing on a T-ball team, and they're interviewing him about how great he was, and I had a good season. I mean, he's smashing the ball out of this T-ball park. It's kind of cute. But anyway, I think for the thing for Tommy and Ken with the kids, especially with the baseball clinics, and continue to grow the program, is we want parents to know. First of all, there's a cost, and we're trying to keep that, and they've done a great job trying to keep that cost down. And, we're going to continue to keep working that because I think that's always important. We don't want kids not to be able to play sports if it becomes a financial issue.
Yeah.
We just got to figure it out. I mean, it's going to continue to work. These clinics do help, gives them a chance to find out if that's something they want to do. Been out there on Saturdays, kids seem like they're having a great time with you guys. They're having fun. But it gives them a chance to see, for parents, kids don't really know what they want to do, right? So if a kid says, well, I want to go do that, and they go buy all the equipment and everything else, 2 months later, I don't want to do that. And I was like, wait a minute, I just bought all this stuff. And so I think it's important for kids to see a little bit what they see out there. You guys are great with those kids. So I think it's a fun part, but we've got now into our 3rd year. So, you love baseball, and
Yes,
and we keep growing the program. So we talked, and you guys decided to make the move, and we appreciate that you made the move to Shepherdsville. We're proud to have you. And you guys have done fairly well with the program. You had one 8-year-old team do really well, and then a 10-year-old team do well.
We did. We won state tournament a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And first year here in Shepherdsville.
So is this Little League or Cal Ripken?
Cal Ripken.
Cal Ripken.
Cal Ripken ball.
So it's really cool. So that's a great piece in that. So what do you want people to know about, first of all, the program now that's in Shepherdsville? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, like you say, it's our 3rd year. We feel like we're picking up some momentum. We'd like to see the program grow. And with the clinic, we've had a lot of 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old kids in there, and it's been fun to watch them from that first week. And now you go in Saturday morning and say, okay, so what are we going to do first thing when we get together and we play baseball? And they know, got to do some stretching, got to do some warming up, and it's a repetitious game. They understand that we're going to do
Muscle memory.
Yes, we're going to throw. We're going to practice fielding some ground balls. So, and they're getting the concept of that. So same thing over at the park. We hope that we get good coaches involved, and we get our hands on the coaches a little bit. Say, look, this is kind of what we want to do. And we've had pretty good luck with that so far too.
Yeah. So for everybody that's listening to the podcast, first of all, baseball is a great sport. I know I'm a little bit prejudiced with that, but I think there's a lot of things out there. Good sports get kids busy, outdoors, running around. That's what we kids should be doing. And I think for us, the biggest opportunity for us is to look at where we want to be 5 and 10 years from now. Right? We know that we're bringing the program back, and kids can play here instead of going to Mount Washington or Hillview. Nothing against those, but that's not where the kids live. They live here in Shepherdsville. We want them to be playing in our programs. So with that said, one of the things that we do actually have out there is we're looking for a sports complex so that we can have the kind of baseball fields that are directly for that. We use the city park now, and you guys have done a great job with getting that, making it work for us for a couple of years. But we'd like to be able to have a serious plan the next couple of years of what we really want to move forward with is a sports complex. The fields in the park will probably eventually be softball fields just to have a good time, like you would go to Seneca Park or some other parks.
Yeah.
Just to have fun, right? Some softball out there, and then go to Salt River and drink beer. I'll be waiting on.
That's
going to
be the new aquatic center. Is you just mentioned
drink, hey, go to the aquatic center and then drink beer. Is that the mayor out front of the aquatic center with a Salt River beer? I think that's him. I see him out there. But I do think it's in fun. It's like everything else. Our community is based on doing things in our community, right? And I think baseball's been a great thing in the softball and t-ball. Kids are cute, but this is a PSA moment. We are actually going to give free courses for parents who are first-time t-ball fans.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to teach them how to be fans.
How to be fans.
They're the most radical, and Tommy will tell you. You want to talk about it first? I mean,
it's the youngest group of parents, and they want to be competitive.
No, they're crazy.
But they want to be competitive.
Tommy said that he went right to crazy.
They want to be competitive, but they don't understand. It's not that age group is not what that's about yet.
Yeah.
I got to tell a story about my mother-in-law.
They don't even know how to be competitive. My mother-in-law. We're just trying to get them to hit the ball.
And parents are screaming at umpires. Okay, I've seen signs at all different cities. We may put something on it. Hey, remember, this is about the kids. And then put down no yelling at any coaches or it's just it. And my grandson played over there in Mount Washington. They live out there, and he comes through like, what's that?
Our nephew plays there, and Lily went to one of the games, and she pointed out your son,
Roro.
Yeah,
no, Braxton.
Well, yeah,
but Roro's so Roro plays out there, and it's fun. He's coming from the dugout. He's walking like he comes over to the fence like he's signing autographs. Like, dude, this is t-ball.
Got a walk-up song.
Hey, get up to the plate and do something, would you? Hey, we don't get no autographs now. You got to start hitting the ball. But it's cute. So I think it's just memorable. We had a little girl on a team called Sabrina, and her helmet was just too big, and she'd be running, and the helmet would fall. She couldn't see. There's so many things. I was an outfield coach in t-ball. Okay, so I had to tell, hey, leave the daisies alone.
Playing with the sand. I made castles with my cleats at shortstop.
These are great moments. I coached for almost 12 years. Traveling ball and middle school baseball and all kinds of stuff. But that t-ball experience was a great one, and that's what we want because if parents come out, I know we've got some different teams, but we just want them to have fun. in our community. Right. So, yes, we are going to do, please, parents, we love you. We know you're young and we know your kids are starting out, but please don't yell at anybody. Just be happy for your kid and just have a good time out there. And all joking aside, I hope they still have fun. I mean, it's just sometimes you're right, Tommy. I don't know what we should do. Maybe we should just have our own spring training for fans. Right?
Yeah, so far so good. We haven't had any bad instances yet.
It's really pretty intense. If you want to watch a T-ball game, watch the parents. The kids are just having a great time out there. They're running around. Yeah. I mean, you've seen all kinds of stuff. They'll chase the ball and then they'll hit it and then chase it.
Yes. And that's
golf. You don't do that. Baseball, somebody else gets it.
We had a kid, I remember when I played T-ball, we could not get him to drop the bat. He would run with the bat every time. All year. Never ran to first base with the bat, drug it behind him, would not put it down.
I love the competition and the older kids and but back to the T-ball, I love seeing a good play made by a 5-year-old. But I've got to where I enjoy watching them hit the ball and run the bases backwards just as much. I love it. Yeah.
I think I think the thing with that goes to, you take all those memories and how far the kids play, we don't know yet. But I do think that having the kids at this age and getting them developed, it kind of helps with everything going along because everything we do, we want our programs to feed into the high school.
Right.
If we look at the ultimate level of these kids playing, we'd like to see some of these kids play at a level that they play so well, maybe some scholarships involved in that, but just to be able to enjoy it. High school has a ton of memories, but sports are a big part of that too. And I think if we continue to do what we're doing, we'll have these feeder programs. We'll have these feeder programs that help the high school. And I'm hoping that's kind of where it goes in the middle school baseball and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, I was on the parade. And I was with the kids. They're the craziest kids. I mean, it's so funny. I'm 64 at the time, 63 at the time, and we're sitting in the back singing on the float. And they're just as goofy as can be. But I wouldn't pass up a moment like that. And I think that's what baseball brings, like other sports. It just brings kind of a community bond with these kids. And then it's fun to see them out when they're not into baseball. Every once in a while I see one of them out, and they go, "Hey, that's the mayor. How you doing? Good to see you again." But the kids are having fun, and I think that's part of the community piece that we talk a lot about here. It's all coming together there, and we hope that we've got good plans to try to put together a really good baseball program that has the facilities that they need. I think the program is coming along real nice. I think you and Ken are doing a great job with the kids.
Thank you.
We want to continue that. And again, parents have to understand that too. It's really difficult unless you're in that position, and this is another PSA, and it's a lot for people to want to say things about coaches. We're all critical, right? Our favorite team loses, Kentucky loses, and you go, "Oh my God, Pope's bad." He's not bad. He's just, it's a coach, and they're doing their very best.
Right. Yeah.
I think the kind of attitude you have with the programs here at this level, let's have the same attitude. It's okay. Yeah. At this level, just have fun because the kids really ultimately just want to have fun. They build friendships. They have a great time with it, and you've brought that back. I think I don't know what the enrollment's going to be this year. Hope it's going to be strong again. Get these kids out playing. We'll continue to work on that piece. What else do you want to let people know about both the program and what? I mean, you got signups.
Yeah, when are the signups? That's what I was going to say.
Signups are going on. By the time this is aired, I don't know. We'll probably be closed up, but Shepherdsville.sportengine.com. That Sport Engine website is what Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken uses for all the programs. So we're in with that. And talking about the high schools, you'll know if we're doing a good job. 5-10 years down the road. Like I say, I think all three of our high school programs will be stronger.
Yeah, and listen, they all of them had to lose to PRP last year. I hate to say it like that, but we did. All three high schools lost and all good games. So, I mean, our teams are solid, and I think it's going to continue to get better. But I think doing what we do in the community is fun for kids that just want to enjoy the game, but also for those kids that want to continue to grow their athleticism in this sport. So I think for us, Tommy, what else do you want the community to know? Obviously you're looking for coaches and you're looking for people to sponsor.
Yes.
We'll do some sponsorship because even when they see this, they'll have their tryouts and stuff going on. But even during the season, if you want to sponsor a sign on the fences out there, we'd love to have some of that. All that money goes towards the kids.
Right.
And I know that you guys try to help those kids and those families that don't have the money to afford it. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, going back to what we were talking a little bit about earlier, we've never turned a kid down. If there's a kid that for whatever reason, monetarily can't get in, we will get that kid in.
I think that's awesome. And it goes back to talking about our community. Giving kids a chance to do things like this and other activities, going to keep them out of trouble.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
You know, you got another mentor, somebody that's actually going to tell them, hey, this is what you do. You're respectful to your coaches.
And sports can be expensive too.
All of them are
kids,
expensive.
yeah. I mean, not only the signups, but just all the equipment you have to buy and all that stuff too.
Yeah. So, and I think that's great. I think that's kind of what brings back what I like about your program is you love the game, but you love the kids more.
Yes.
And you're willing to do things on a financial piece. That's awesome. And I hope people really realize that this recreational program in Shepherdsville is going to only get better. And as long as you have that website, and we'll make sure with Amber, anything that you want out there, she's been obviously publicizing the January, February clinics. And we hope you continue to do that every year because that's going to be a great thing to get people involved.
We need more people involved. It's been just Ken and I kind of running things, and we would like to expand the league, but we'd also like to expand a board and the board of directors, and so we'd like more people to be involved that way also.
How many kids are in the league? Is it?
We've had about 150 each year the last couple of years. Now, sign-ups are down a little bit right now because of the cold weather. Nobody's thinking about baseball yet, but hopefully it gets picked up.
Eli's not thinking about baseball at all. Being outside right now, he's
not. Can't say
he's stuck like this.
He was always more of a basketball. He was more of a basketball kid.
So we'll get that going. I would just on a personal level, if I could be involved. I mean, I have a lot going on, but from a standpoint of being on the board, I'd love to be maybe part of that. Maybe that could help. Maybe incentivize some other folks to get involved.
That'd be great.
We can talk to Chamber, some of those folks that might be involved. Again, people that are in the community may not have to always finance something or sponsor,
right?
But being on that board could be a great way to have a voice and keep things going and looking at ideas to raise money and awareness. Because what people start really, so many people have made commitments before the program was here to other programs. Now they're not all changing just right because we have ours.
Right.
It's going to take a little turnaround. Maybe the fourth kid finally now starts playing for Shepherdsville, in the family, because it's not always like that. So we just need to make sure, from our standpoint, people know we have a program. Continue to communicate to everybody as far as what's going on. But I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to continue to get better. But once we get a complex, and we really want that to happen. But you guys got $8 million.
Yeah, hang on.
Take a while.
All from this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I say that in jest because I want people to hear there's a cost like that out there to do kind of these things. Now, there's going to be some volunteer. There could be some construction materials that are that are given to us, and we can get things like that. So it may not be that much, but I need people to understand that with everything that we're investing in this community, we're looking at a private businesses that will come out and actually and maybe help us with this. But hey, listen, building a program like this is only going to build a better community. Right. I take nothing away from basketball, soccer. We'd love to have more of a soccer out here because the kids that do enjoy soccer, and we want to have those fields for them, and we don't have them right now. So we're working on that as well. So I think, Tommy, for you and Ken, I cannot say thank you enough for what you guys do with the kids. Continue to keep working it. I love the kids. They got their characters. All of them, especially your traveling team, the Bucks.
Right.
Yeah, the Bucks are good. You want to talk a little bit about the traveling team and what you guys got planned for this year and where you're going to go?
Sure. So the little travel team that we do started out with kids that signed up to play rec ball. When they were 5 and 6 years old, we had them in the league, and they played through and progressed, and baseball's over. Middle of July, All-Stars and everything, and I just happened to have a good core group of kids that wanted to keep playing.
And they're crazy, though.
Oh,
they're good kids, but they're crazy.
They are.
Yeah, crazy.
And, a good team takes on the personality of the coach, by the way.
Yeah. So you're saying a lot about you and Ken right now.
But they wanted to play more, so we just kept practicing, and, eventually, hey, we need to play a little bit more competitive, which is fine. So now we play rec ball and a little bit of travel ball.
Yeah, I think that I've seen just I don't see them a lot, but I've actually got on the mountain and threw a little bit with the kids. I like playing and having fun with the kids. We have a good time. We're gonna do something fun with them. I have to figure out what we're gonna do this year. We'll figure something out. Yeah, I need them all to throw at the dunking booth on City Fair, and I'm gonna call them names.
That would be fun.
It's
You'll probably be in the water a lot then.
I don't mind. I say, hey, you got a sister? I think she throws harder. Your mother throws better than you, buddy. Yeah, I got all the lines ready to go. But I think it'd be kind of fun. It'd be a way to raise some money. We could actually have a section, 1 hour. Every bit of money that you want to raise goes towards the baseball program. We can do something like that and let them come out and have some fun with it. We'll figure something out. But it's July 5th is our city fair bullet blast. I would love to do that. It gives kids to have a fun time of dunking the mayor. They'll think that's funny anyway. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure someone will hit me and hit the button many times, and I'll have a. I don't think,
my kids dunked you last year.
Did they?
Yeah.
They did. I tell you, the dunking thing it's really crazy, but it's a fun time, and I think the kids when they get all together like that, they have a good. They've been to the park like that, wandering through, and when you had your little picnic after, you had the parade at the ballpark,
right?
And then we got there, and they had a great time with it. I just think when I think about kids just having a good time, it's the epitome of everything I think this community is built on, and I think you guys adding this program back, I can't say thank you enough. I mean, I know we started before the election was over, but I think we're at a point now that we're, at least from the internals of the program itself, it's going well. Develop a board, we'll work on finances, and ultimately we want to have a complex. So
right.
I think you guys deserve that, and we just got to figure out between making all the money work, we can do that. We'll get Eli and Travis when they're not doing this podcast to help start working on that field.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Is that what?
Right?
Oh, you did. Oh, you didn't tell them, Tommy, that they were going to be
in the
helping out?
fine print.
I've got 2 rakes outside.
Yeah, so we got you. We got your names on. We engraved your names on.
That's
them.
right.
So
Oh,
you
wow.
can see, look at that. See,
Yeah.
see how special they are now.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tommy, listen, it's great. I think it's wonderful what you're doing with the kids. When it comes to the kids, everybody knows that's the most important thing for me because I want kids to have the quality of life. I want them to value just having fun. Be a kid.
Right.
None of this crazy stuff in our society should ever affect somebody till they get about 15, 16, and they start thinking about really life in general. But hey, before that, just be fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Get them away from staring at screens all day.
Yes. I mean, we got to talk about that. But you guys do a great job. I know it's in your heart. So please tell Ken, when you listen to this podcast, I said thank you. So, but listen, thank you very much for being here. We're going to have you back. I think every year I want to come back and get an update. And hopefully we'll have some better news as we continue this year and looking at property acquisition or property development. So we're going to work on that. But on the podcast, everybody that comes on this podcast, you know what we do.
Wait a minute, we do this at the clinic on Saturday
That's
too.
right.
He does this everywhere.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right, we do. And kids love it. I have a great time with it, and I want them to have a good time. But anyway, so on 1, 2, 3, we're doing Love, Peace, Chicken Grease. Now you got to do it for you and Ken.
Okay.
You got this? No pressure.
Heartfelt.
Yeah, heartfelt.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Thank you all for listening. Hey, play some baseball.